identify their key pain points, frustration points, goals and aspirations, and then work out and showcase and talk about how your business meets them, and then apply the step up strategy, which is strategically identify clients that play across both your current area of expertise and where you eventually want to go. G'day team, Josh here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Looking forward to the weekend and all those incredible things. So we've just finished an amazing training call with our boardroom clients, and I wanted to jump off and share some insights and takeaways from our conversation. And one thing in particular was a really, I think, quite pivotal and powerful conversation with everyone in boardroom was this concept of working with better clients. And like as you grow and get better track record and you want to build your business, like naturally you want to work with bigger and better clients. And like it's quite normal. Like if I kind of step out the business owner journey, like when you hang up a shingle and start your own consultancy, you kind of, unless you got some really deep connections with some existing clients from previous place you worked or something like that, a lot of the times, new businesses and new business owners are kind of taking any work they can get. They just want to, get a bit of a reputation, start to get some revenue coming in, and they're doing, a lot of work for, as they grow, clients they don't necessarily want to keep around long term. And like that's kind of natural. And a lot of my clients are in that position. I say, don't stress. Like, yes, like if your focus is on revenue at the moment, yes, keep that revenue coming in and get the track record and get the wins and get the reputation and start to build that up. But over time, you want to be looking at ways to upgrade your client base, because, the clients that got you here are not going to be the clients that get you to where you want to be going with your business. And so you've got to be looking at ways and strategies to constantly be upgrading your clients and working with better clients. So as you start out, yes, you're probably taking stuff from C or D grade clients, and that's a business decision for you to make. But potentially they're not clients that you want to keep around long term. It's revenue coming in to help build your brand and establish you. But 100%, you've got to be prepared to, one, let those clients go when the time comes, but two, have a strategy in place for working with better clients. And so we had a really great conversation today around some different, things to think about and strategies to employ in your business to work with better clients. And that's kind of what I want to share with you all today. And it's like, we call our Thursday calls getting the brains trust together. They're momentum calls. It is all about people, boardroom clients, sharing their insights and expertise and experience on this exact topic. So it was kind of cool. One person asked the question and then got 5 or 6 other people's inputs and viewpoints on that. And, our member of boardroom walked away with a bunch of things to think about that he didn't come into the call with. So when it comes to getting work from better clients, there's probably 2 or 3 things here that I want to share. The overarching thing here is, and so like the question from our boardroom member was like, well, if I want to work with better clients, and in this example, it was I want to get work from tier 1 developers. But he's like, I don't have any experience working for tier 1 developers. I don't have any experience working on tier 1 projects. So how do I get that experience to then showcase my experience to then prove to these potential clients that I can actually deliver on their projects? And so, it's the whole cart before the horse kind of dilemma. And like we talk through a bunch of different strategies and that sort of thing. But like fundamentally, and this is kind of the first thing that I want to share with you, is you have to really step into the shoes of the client that you're looking to get work from or do work with, and really understand their pain points, their frustration points, what drives them and what motivates them. And then how can you, and like, this is like, I'm legitimately talking about you sitting down and thinking about that particular client or the client that you want to work with, mapping that out, pain, frustration, aspiration, can't remember the full thing. Sorry. Pain, frustration, aspiration, and goals, something like that. Really understanding their world and going, then how can I position my business to then address all of those things? So I shared a really real example of my journey in the consultancy times was we were trying to get work from an A grade property developer. And we were a 25-person consultancy. We didn't have any experience at all working on those big projects. So we sat down and got into and really mapped out, all right, well, what are the pain and frustration points of the tier one developers and what are the goals and aspirations? And, one of the big pain points was, they're used to tier one developers are used to just giving work to tier one engineering consultancy firms. But the big frustration is that typically the tier one consultancy firms are putting C or D grade team members onto their projects. They're not reliable. And then when a bigger project comes along, their team gets pulled and put onto a different project, and then the team gets chopped and changes around. And so when we connected to that potential client's pain and frustration points, there was no team continuity. There was typically not very senior people working on those projects. And then typically, if that tier one consultancy won another project, the good senior people would be pulled off that. And then, that person would get or that developer would get the C and D grade team members. And so we really tapped into that. And as we started to talk to tier one clients that we wanted to work with, we started to say, we guarantee you will have a director of our business. So we had 4 directors at the time. We guarantee you'll have a director of our business working on your project. So someone who is in charge of the direction of the company, can make decisions, all those sorts of things. We guarantee you'll have a director on your project. Second thing, you can pick and choose the team. So we will put our best team forward and we'll actually put that team into your project. And you actually have the right to, pick that team. If they're not performing, we'll find someone else. And also if that person leaves, you again have the choice. So we really mitigated. So we spent time, we understood clients' pain points and frustration points. And then as we started to have conversations with these tier one developers, we were like, we showcased that we knew what their pain and frustration points were based on other projects and other experience. And we said, this is how we're going to fix it. And to be honest, that is how we got our first opportunity working for a tier one developer, is showcasing how we could solve their problems and obviously be good at what we do technically, but also by those couple of points. You guarantee you'll have a director working on your project the whole way through, and you can pick and choose the team, because they were the 2 main pain points at the time for that particular client. And so we showcased we could fix that and we got the project. So teaching number 1 is understand your client's world. Pain, frustration, goals, aspirations, map them out, and then map out how you and your business and your team and your company can help solve those problems or help fix those things for your particular client. The second thing is a step-up strategy. So one of our clients, they shared this in terms of how they got to work with the ultimate end client that they wanted to work with. They had to go through a staged approach. So he's a structural engineer. He's talking about the size of projects that he wanted to get into. So at the moment, or initially, they were working on projects up to about 20 or 30 million of construction value. And they'd earmarked that they really wanted to work with clients on projects up to 100 million in value. And so he was like, well, we don't have any expertise working on those 100 million projects. We've got heaps of experience on up to 30 million. So he got really strategic and found some clients, found some developers that play across both spaces, across up to 30 million, and then they've got some bigger projects on their books. And so he just said we went really hard. We developed great relationships with them. We went really hard to win work on those smaller projects, won a couple of smaller projects with them up to that 30 million that we could showcase we could do and add value anyway. We absolutely smashed those projects out of the park, built an amazing relationship with those clients. And then over a period of 2 or 3 years, got the opportunity to then bid on the bigger projects because we'd showcased to them within our range of current expertise how good we were. So they gave us a shot or gave us exposure to those bigger projects. And now fast forward, they're working on those bigger projects exactly through that strategy. So it's a step up strategy. Sometimes you've got to, play the long-term game here, which is, well, we want to work on, in this example, 100 million projects. We have 0 expertise. Let's step back and work out how we're going to get there. So it's a staged approach or a step up approach. Identify clients that have projects in your area of expertise currently that you can showcase great results, but also have bigger projects that you ultimately want. Earmark them, identify them, make relationships with them, get the opportunity to bid on the smaller projects, knock the project out of the park, and then got the opportunity to step up to those bigger projects. That's how you do business. That's how you work with better clients. Team, that's probably enough. Like they're probably the main takeaways from today's boardroom training session in terms of working with better clients. So identify their key pain points, frustration points, goals and aspirations, and then work out and showcase and talk about how your business meets them. And then apply the step up strategy, which is strategically identify clients that play across both your current area of expertise and where you eventually want to go, build great relationships, knock it out of the park, and get the opportunity through proof of concept, meaning proof that you can do the job properly on those bigger projects. Team, I'll leave it at that. Hope that helps. So if you'd like to keep building your business on your own, we have a ton of free resources, the YouTube channel, the website, the podcast, for you to keep building your business on your own. But if you want some help, if you'd like to shortcut this whole process and be surrounded by an amazing community of incredible business owners, I'd love to invite you to join our boardroom coaching program. So if that's you, if you want some help, if you'd like to have a chat about how boardroom can help you build your business faster, reach out. Let's jump on the phone and it would be great to talk it through with you. Have an amazing day.